Hello everyone and welcome to this month's webinar, which is on our beautiful new product, Remineralist. It's called the Pollution Solution, and I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be a share from my screen as always when we steal Teresa's content. Isn't it exciting that she's coming? So I hope that you've saved the date and that you receive your newsletter so you know the deal for the Remineralist. Doesn't roll off my tongue. And it will be in stock, in store. We're expecting delivery on Thursday, so we will start shipping on Friday to you guys. So let's just launch right in, and here we go. Just give me a second to work this all out. Just takes a little moment. And Teresa was just about to start, so hopefully you will all be able to hear. And big screen. Here we go. Oh, and the Remineralist is a great price point. It's $89.95.
Okay, so I think without further ado, we're going to get going. So officially, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to the BioElements Pollution Solution, Remineralist Daily Moisture. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to learn all about our advanced moisturizer formula that we recently launched in this September 2016. This is a pollution neutralizing lightweight hydrating lotion, and it's for modern day aging skin. Now, for those of you that may be carrying BioElements already, and for those of you that are not, unlike BioElements moisturizers that have been developed to address the needs of certain skin types, Remineralist Daily Moisture is for all skin types and targets the ill effects of something that everyone's skin, that we all are negatively affected by every day, and that is environmental pollution. So who needs Remineralist Daily Moisture? We all do. If you have skin, you need it. And we need to wear it every single day, okay? So for these reasons, we fully expect that this at-home daily moisturizer is going to be as big of a bestseller for spas as Plum Start has been, which we launched in January of 2016. Now we've got a lot of exciting information and science to share with you, so let's go. Okay, so here's some breaking news. The World Health Organization announced that 92% of the world's population is breathing in polluted air and live in places where outdoor air quality fails to meet their guidelines for safety. So news sources all over the world are reporting on this. You can just see just a few here, and how it is damaging the skin with the new science that is backing up the information. And your clients are now reading about it. So you've got to be aware of this. We all need to become more educated, because your clients are going to be talking about it because they're reading it in these sources, okay? So each of you, whether you're a spa owner, esthetician, stay on top of this fact and the science that we're going to learn today, so that we'll be able to let your clients know that you have the solution for their skin concerns with Remineralist Daily Moisture. All right, so let's talk about the pollution problem. Is modern day pollution the next UV? Well, researchers predict that pollution protection will impact skincare as much as UV protection and become a key driver in the market as consumer consciousness increases, okay? So, you know, the aesthetics community, we've known about this for years, that extrinsic aging factors play a major role in how fast our skin ages. But up until recently, the main focus has been on the damaging effects of UV exposure. I'm sure that most of you, if not all of you, have preached to your clients about the importance of sunscreen to protect the skin. But now we're seeing that the focus moving forward is going to be pollution. Why? Well, here's why. Our increasingly dirty world is full of skin aging and atmospheric stressors. Pollution, exhaust fumes, industrial smoke, ozone, extreme weather, free radicals. Skin exposed to daily toxic pollution becomes prematurely aged, weakened, dull, dehydrated, and sensitized. In fact, all you have to do is turn on the news and you'll see people around the world. I see people in airports walking around in urban areas, major cities, wearing face masks to protect themselves from inhaling toxic fumes that damage their lungs and cause respiratory illnesses, among other things. But what is now being revealed through recent dermatological studies is just how our skin is affected. And this is what makes it exciting for us, because now we'll be able to explain exactly what's going on. So let's take a look at this. All right, so the first one, the formation of lentigines increases with levels of traffic-related air pollution, ground-level ozone, and air pollution-associated gases. All right, so what does that mean? Lentigines, formally defined primarily as pigment that is a direct result of solar UV damage, is now shockingly linked directly to air pollution. This is new. The next one, study subjects living in more polluted areas have significantly worse skin hydration. So what does that mean? Loss of skin hydration, or TEWL, transepidermal water loss, is an underlying cause of so many skin concerns, I'm sure you'll all agree, including irritation, surface lines, wrinkles, and rough skin texture. And pollution just makes it worse. Study subjects living in more polluted areas showed depleted vitamin E and squalene levels in the skin. Now, this is really interesting. And as we know, vitamin E is an essential skin healing vitamin. And squalene is one of the essential components of human sebum, right? Without which our skin, and particularly our hydrolipidic barrier, is out of balance. Pollution robs our skin of both of these essential healthy skin components. An increase in atmospheric soot is linked with 20% more pigment spots on the forehead and the cheeks. So now we have measurable pigmentation damage from atmospheric pollution, not solely from UV exposure. Here's more about soot. Particles from traffic and background pollution are associated with a more pronounced nasolabial fold. Now, I find this not really surprising, as a chronically asphyxiated skin will eventually lead to faster degradation of connective tissue. But what is surprising is that the degradation is specifically connected to the nasolabial folds, since this is a more severe form of elasticity degradation, and that we're able to measure this. It just shows how damaging pollution truly is. Now, new studies released at the World Congress of Dermatology show how pollution can accelerate the visible signs of aging, especially for individuals with sensitive skin. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, what's striking about these findings is how the damage affects the deepest layers of the skin, and the results are significant, okay? It's no longer a vague danger that we need to watch out for based on what pollution does to our bodies, but how specific types of pollution cause dramatic premature aging signs that worsen over time. It's frightening, isn't it? Because pollution isn't going away, okay? And neither is the damage to our skin as a result. So Remineralist Daily Moisture is the real solution that Bioelements has created as the way to defend our skin against this real danger, okay? So this is why we say, who needs it? Everybody. Modern day pollution ages you. Now, here's an important fact to remember. The higher the levels of pollution, the more damage in the skin you will see, and the faster your skin will age. When our skin becomes overloaded with toxins, it depletes the store of antioxidants and minerals in our skin and allows a cascade of free radicals to be produced. Now, this is which damage essential components of collagen and elastin. So what you need is Remineralist Daily Moisture to protect the skin. And as I said before, Remineralist Daily Moisture is a lightweight hydrating lotion. Why is it so effective? Because of the formula. It is loaded with oceanic minerals to detoxify and defend against pollution. It's the answer for skin that is inevitably exposed to smoke, exhaust, climate, free radicals day in and day out. So if you ever have a client where you're not sure what to professionally recommend, every human being needs Remineralist, so just go ahead. Now, in order to understand just how it works, let's deconstruct the complexity of this advanced formula. Okay, so again, sea salt, oceanic minerals, red algae, and malachite deliver powerful protection against the daily atmospheric stressors that cause premature aging. Now, we're going to talk about each of these in a minute. But what does it do? It replenishes the skin's depleted minerals to achieve the elemental equilibrium of young skin. It helps to detoxify and defend against stressors that cause lines, dehydration, and irritation. Let's focus again on the texture. It's lightweight. This lightweight formula evens tone and renews hydration, vitamin E, and squalene. So this arsenal of natural powerhouse ingredients, this formula as a whole works to defend the skin against pollution before it can take effect. By surging the skin with essential minerals that it needs, vitamins, it detoxifies, and it hydrates the skin. Isn't that exciting? Now, the best offense is a good defense. So with this strategy, you can't get a better one than Remineralist Daily Moisture. And we have the clinical results to back it up. So let's talk about this. I want you to remember this right here, most of all, because your clients want instant gratification, right? They want results now. Remineralist Daily Moisture increases the skin's moisture content up to 70% in just 15 minutes. Remineralist Daily Moisture has a hygroscopic effect on the skin. It helps improve and maintain the hydrolipidic barrier. It rapidly increases the moisture molecules in between the cells at each epidermal layer. So it works from bottom to top. Remineralist Daily Moisture helps stop the degradation cycle, so the skin has a stronger defense against atmospheric aging. Okay, so if you're wondering where this lovely blue color comes from, it comes from the natural malachite extract. Remember, BioElements does not contain any artificial colorants or synthetic fragrances. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, these clinical results are powerful. Why? Well, what does hygroscopic mean? This means that it increases water retention at the surface of the skin by helping it to transdermally absorb moisture and retain it. It improves and maintains the hydrolipidic barrier. This formula also rapidly increases the moisture molecules in the skin and in between the cells at each epidermal layer. Remember that our skin's main purpose is as a barrier or armor against attack on our internal systems and organs, right? So if this armor is damaged, if the barrier is damaged, there's nothing to prevent the bad things from being absorbed into the skin. All right, so let's go ahead and have a little quiz question just to see how we're retaining. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and launch the first one. Okay, so scientifically tested results show Remineralist Daily Moisture increases the skin's moisture content up to 70% in just A, 2 days, B, overnight, C, 1 week, or D, 15 minutes. So let's see how we do. Oh, you guys are so smart. Wonderful. So there's the answer. All right, so let's go back to All right, here we go. Now, let's talk about our first key ingredient, the red algae. Now, this ingredient is a moisture-binding powerhouse that's harvested from the Baltic Sea. Now, let's take a look. This is the kind of the before, okay? We don't want our skin to look like this. The skin becomes dry and irritated by pollution. So what you're going to notice is rough surface texture, slow desquamation. What is desquamation? It's the rate of cell turnover. The overall skin is going to be dry and dehydrated, and the result of that is irritation. Why? Because of the loss of the NMF, or natural moisturizing factor, within the skin's basal layer and granular layer. All right, so the TEWL within the stratum corneum leaves the epidermis dry and irritated. So this is not what we want. What Remineralist Daily Moisture, and in particular the red algae here, helps to maintain the skin's natural moisturizing factor from the basal layer all the way to the top. So you can see the hyaluronic acid production is stimulated, which hydrates the cells. It replenishes, in other words, replaces the natural moisturizing factor, which relieves the irritation. So what it's doing is the red algae is enhancing the lipid cement in between epidermal cells, keeping the skin smoother. Remember, we said before that ozone literally attacks lipids in the upper layers of the skin. So what is red algae doing? It's key in protecting these lipids. This allows the keratinized cells to lift off more evenly and seamlessly as desquamation takes place. And the basal layer is more hydrated due to the stimulation of the skin's own hyaluronic acid. So what is the point to remember? That red algae protects against dryness and irritation caused by pollution by replenishing and maintaining the skin's natural moisturizing factor. Okay, so it's working deeper in the basal cell layer by stimulating the skin's own natural production of hyaluronic acid. If this isn't a representation of helping the skin help itself, which is one of BioElements' most important philosophies that we stand behind, I don't know what is. All right, now look at this. This is really exciting. Here's some more results. In a 9-day ex vivo study, red algae increased the skin's own natural hyaluronic acid in the epidermis by 211% and ceramides by 56%. Both hyaluronic acid and ceramides are important components of healing barrier function. So just remember, we need both of these. Remineralist Daily Moisture dramatically improves lipid barrier stability, interstitial fluid, and helps strengthen cellular membranes. So in this ex vivo study, and what that means is it's applied to actual skin, not tested in a petri dish in a lab. The results are quite dramatic. So for those of you who may not remember from school what ceramides are, they are formed when sphingosines link to fatty acids, all right? Now we know that the skin's natural hyaluronic acid and ceramides work together to maintain the skin's own moisture level, protecting and enhancing connective tissue function, okay? Since they're so important and they affect the cohesion in between the cells and the interstitial fluid, they're needed to maintain healthy cellular membranes. So since barrier repair function is greatly compromised by pollution, this is an important clinical result to consider, since Remineralist Daily Moisture stimulates the skin's own natural hyaluronic acid and ceramides to such high levels. I mean, check it out. It's really incredible. All right, now let's talk about another key ingredient, sea salt. Now, I'm sure you all know how powerful sea salt is and why it's important. It's a mineral-loaded cocktail. Look what's in it: iron, manganese, selenium, and zinc. It replenishes what pollution depletes. We're replacing what pollution has taken away. And it rebalances the skin. It helps the skin to function the way it's supposed to. So Here's once again the before that's showing what atmospheric stressors and pollution, what that depletion of the skin's trace minerals does to the skin specifically. So here's our atmospheric stressors, the red meanies here. So you're seeing an increase of dullness and dehydration. What that does is it kind of slows everything down. The skin becomes lazy and you have dead skin buildup. All right. And what happens is because of this depletion and the dullness and the dehydration, the cells start to shrivel and they become more weakened, which causes a cascade effect of even more damage, which guess what? That means an accelerated aging process, which we definitely don't want. So here's what sea salt does. The minerals in the sea salt encourage vibrancy and stabilize hydrogen levels. Take a look at the difference here. We have a stronger and less reactive skin. Why? Because of the iron, the selenium, the manganese, the zinc. What these do is they rebalance what should be there. These minerals should be in the skin, so it helps to rebalance the equilibrium of the minerals that should be here. What that leads to is stronger epidermal function, and it stabilizes the hydration levels of the skin. All right, so what sea salt does, just keep in your mind, it encourages vibrancy, it strengthens, it stabilizes the hydration levels, and it helps the skin absorb vital trace minerals and nutrients. Remember, the more hydrated the skin is, the better it's able to absorb. All right, so let's keep this in mind. What is our goal as estheticians? We're personal trainers for our client's skin. We want to encourage mature skins that are already noticing age signs to become stronger and function the way that it used to when it was younger. And for our younger clients, the key is prevention. Remember, capillary diffusion, after 22, it starts to slow down. So, if you're 23, it's downhill from here. Sorry, 20-somethings. We want to maintain the health of the skin. Prevention is always the best way. But the best thing to remember is no matter how old we are, we're dealing with a living, breathing organ, and you can always repair damage. But the younger you start, the better. Okay, so get this now if you don't already have it. We want to prevent the damage by neutralizing these attackers, and sea salt is a really great way to do that. Okay, now for our malachite. Now, malachite is a copper-rich pollution magnet. It is a heavy metal scavenger that helps support the cellular damage protection system and neutralize everyday skin aging oxidative stress. So let's take a look at what's going on over here. Now, we have wrinkles, we have uneven pigmentation, that's what these things are here. We have inflammation once again, and these are the pollution-induced superoxide anions. Now, why is this happening? Well, because of the oxidative chain reaction that pollution causes. All right, so what that means is it triggers the genes responsible for wrinkle formation, for inflammation, and uneven pigmentation in the skin that is cumulative and degenerative over time. So this causes an accelerated rate of skin aging. So here's another natural and powerful ingredient, the malachite. It works to reduce the oxidative stress and the negative cascading effects that pollution causes. So malachite is really powerful. So let's take a look at what's going on over here. So the malachite literally attracts and binds and neutralizes the oxidative stress. You can see the copper here that's within the malachite, and it's attracting the superoxide anions to it. All right, so essentially what's happening is it's inhibiting the anion, which is, again, a highly reactive and unstable molecule. It's kind of stopping it in its tracks, and it's happening within the cell at a rate of more than 98%. So the lesson to learn from malachite, besides the fact that it gives our formula its lovely blue hue, is that it's really a pollution magnet antioxidant that enhances the skin's own cellular damage system. It's an essential key ingredient that provides more significant results for your client to prevent the damage by stopping the superoxide anion in its tracks, helping to prevent it from wreaking havoc within the cells. Okay, so again, copper-rich malachite is a rock-solid acid that contributes to our skin's damage protection system. It's like adding copper chainmail armor to our skins. The more armor we can add, the more we can do to help our skin protect itself, the better. All right, so let's talk about how to use it now. Here's your beautiful Remineralist Daily Moisture, and the packaging is amazing. It really helps you to have the perfect amount every time that you need. And here's how to use it. All you have to do is apply it to the entire face and neck each morning after cleansing. Obviously, you want to wear this during the day when you're out in the pollution, okay? Now, if you have an oily or combination skin type, this is a beautiful, lightweight lotion. This is the only lotion moisturizer we now have in the line. So you can wear this as a lightweight moisturizer and then follow with your broad spectrum sunscreen, because you still need the sunscreen to protect yourself from the UV. Remineralist is going to take care of the pollution, all right? Now, if you have a dry skin type, here's what you can do. You can apply it immediately on top of a serum, like our Plum Start. What a combination that would be for extra hydration. So cleanse your face, apply your Plum Start, follow with your Remineralist Daily Moisture, and then once again, your broad spectrum sunscreen. All right, now let's take a look at this right here. Now here you have your moisturizer choices, and you'll see here's your Remineralist. Okay, so when you want an anti-aging superhero, you can defend against unavoidable pollution that causes lines, dehydration, and irritation. Here you go. Now, with your Crucial Moisture, when your skin is dry and lined, this is a moisturizer that is emollient rich. It sinks in, it's fast, it blurs lines without oily residue. And this moisturizer contains Chinese herbs and de-stressing essential oils of sandalwood, geranium, and clary sage. And it's created to target the needs of clients with dry skin. Now, absolute moisture. This is when you have dry cheeks and an oily T-zone, truly a combination skin, all right? This formula contains super smart, self-adjusting moisture binders that balance confused combination skin. So this moisturizer is a lightweight cream that balances and binds moisture to surface skin layers with sodium hyaluronate and sodium PCA. It also has skin smoothing natural oils that are suited for a combination skin type. And then over here, we have our Calmitude Sensitive Skin Moisturizer. So, if your skin is red and uncomfortable, whether you were born with sensitive skin or whether it's become sensitized, this formula hydrates and shields the most sensitive skin from stressors. All right, so this formula contains licorice root and white tea leaf extracts, beta-glucan and allantoin. And then we have Beyond Hydration. This is the moisturizer for someone that has oily skin all over. It's stretching, but this is a lightweight gel. It's not a lotion. It keeps the oily skin comfortable. It's never, ever greasy. And this moisturizer hydrates, binds water. It strengthens and balances the skin with panthenol, provitamin B5, Chinese herbs, peppermint, rosemary, sage, and thyme. And then finally, for the driest of the dry skin, you have really rich moisture. Now this is, just as the name says, an extremely rich cream that saturates the skin with incredibly intense flake-fixing moisture. So this is an ultra moisturizer, and it contains smoothing natural oils of olive, safflower, jojoba, and avocado, and also strengthening Chinese herbs. So this is designed to soften and nourish a very dry to a dry skin type. Can a client wear Remineralist Daily Moisture with any one of these? Absolutely. Okay, so let's show and talk about the Remineralist Daily Moisture retail intro.
All right, let's not talk about that because that is the American and I am the Aussie. So let's look at, let me just see if there's any other things that we needed to see from this. There is a couple of selling tips, and I will put this this PDF into the group so that you can see it. So I'm hoping that, let's stop the screen sharing. I'm hoping that you really, and I'll turn me back on. Hello, I hope you enjoyed that. It was very interesting. There's some really cool ingredients in that product, isn't there? I can't wait to feel the texture. And I already know that I love Plump Start as it is, so I'm sure we'll love this one as well. I hope that you're keeping well. Don't forget our Christmas deals. They should have been in your inbox. And if you've got any questions, please save the date for the 12th to the 14th of February next year. It's going to be exciting to have Teresa here, and I will wish you all the best. I will talk to you before Christmas. Lots of love.